Spotify streams, how indie labels unlock bank loans worth millions with their artists.
Another cool example we can give, it's actually a record label
Okay.
that was a very specific demographic of people that they were targeting. I think I could say. And they even have.
Okay.
They even have. I haven't said the name. They even have a music festival that's considered another version of Coachella, specific to this demographic, and they have like regular music artists that they would then plug into Spotify, and they created most of their revenue through Spotify. But then that revenue was okay. Now let's have a music festival where we promote these artists, and then let's release a YouTube music video to promote it. And all of it was to funnel into more Spotify
Interesting.
streaming, and that kind of worked well for them.
And by the way, that guy I'm trying to get on this pod.
Perfect. He'd be a great example.
Yeah, we'll see. but no, he'd be great. You know, I haven't talked to him in years, by the way. But anyway,
Stay tuned.
And then they do merchandising, and they do.
So that's getting into a different realm of entertainment now, which is music, which is actually what I have primarily been doing for the past 4 years, by the way. And so yes, you're right. They are a record label. Okay. They basically have a portfolio of recorded music assets. Spotify is a pretty dominant revenue generator in the music space. Like that is true. Streaming, by the way, has been a huge uplift to the music industry. And it's something that's really made them resilient through turmoils like COVID and things like that. Yeah, but that's one example, by the way, where to really boost the profile of an artist, they would maybe invest something in some sort of film production, right? But that's the thing, we see this all the time throughout entertainment. You take some talent that does something here, and then you wrap some kind of like promotional thing around that person, right? Whether it's merchandise or investing in a film that talks about their life or something.
But what I found interesting about the Spotify model was that, first of all, I think, so the interesting about the Spotify model versus the YouTube model is, in the YouTube model, the YouTube revenue itself was never the end goal.
That's right, yeah.
It was always to help serve another production goal.
Yeah.
In this case, the Spotify traffic was the end goal. And so I feel like
that's
for
what
musicians, they might have an easier time if they could get a little bit of their production quality together to literally release directly on Spotify, and then it's on you to promote yourself. But that's basically what this label does, is they're taking regular people, putting the music on, then they do this whole marketing of music festival and a YouTube video, and then this particular demographic, we're going to do something here, and they do some like anime stuff, and it just like it's like, oh my god, all these things, and they're like, well, I want to listen to your music, let's go to Spotify, and then they create this fat Spotify account receivable, and they come to the bank and say, hey, we need to invest in stuff faster to grow faster, because if we grow our revenue faster, then we get more VC money faster.
Well, to this point, and so as you can see, there's a lot of overlap between different areas of entertainment. We've talked about new media, digital media. It's kind of like it's generated some questions about film finance. Now we're kind of like overlapping into music now.
Yeah.
But it's really around this thesis that there's like a promotional thing wrapped around people, wrapped around talent, right? So in that particular case, for example, I think that company, whatever it is, right, really needed to finance music video production.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it was, right? Why music video production?
To promote the music.
Yeah. So, which, by the way, I thought about trying to connect you with that guy to see if you could do something.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in years.
You got a music video coming out next month.
That could be a good fit.
That's an example of like wrapping some sort of promotional consideration around talent. Right?
What I'm hearing constantly is you do need to be able to grow and get to a higher level at some point. Yeah. You need to be surrounded by someone who's very business minded and who understands how to monetize what you're doing, or even be able to market you so that your marketing can now push you with monetization. My question to you is, Could you guys give a little bit of advice for, as these content creators grow their channel and make that content, are there any questions they should be asking or anything any advice you would give them when they start seeking these type of business or managers or people to help them with monetization?
You got to get popular. Okay, I mean, if
you get popular, they'll just come.
You just do, and I'm thinking about in music as well. For example, like there is a space for musicians on SoundCloud or even getting famous through TikTok. I know TikTok is kind of a bad word right now because of its uncertain future and all that, you know. But still, like it's a platform through which there are people that can.
And you can monetize it. I don't think you can monetize Instagram, but you can monetize TikTok.
They're certainly not going to get rich from the ad revenues, right? There's certainly that, right? But like they can build an audience, okay, and then that's going to be visible, okay, to these firms that are run by people who don't come from entertainment, right? They come from tech or they come from hedge funds or whatever, and then now they just want to like apply their entrepreneurial spirit to entertainment. Right? Okay. And so. Yeah, they can. By the way, those people, if you ask them, like, what do you think of the movie that you're making, or what do you think about like this thing that you're doing? They're like, I don't know.
They're the same.
Do you like the music that you're exploiting? Like, yeah, like
it's not artists in suits.
That's why they're not artists. That's a good term. They're not artists in suits, but they are business people.
Some are though. Some are.
Yeah. Like yours truly.
Yeah. No. Well, no. I'm not.
John never wears a suit.
No, some are, and I know I keep going in tangents here, but some are, and I've met them. That like I've met people who are at these parties. They're like big shot producers or whatever. Okay, and they're just sitting there lonely, nursing like all by themselves, nursing their drink or whatever. You engage them in a conversation, and like they play the business part, but they really just miss the art, right? And then I push them. I'm a banker, okay, and that's what they see me as. But then they realize I have a different face under this mask, right? Like, oh, you're a creative too, and they just get so happy, like they're in a toy shop. You ever see the movie Big?
With Tom Hanks?
Yeah.
That's okay. That's okay. Keep going.
Okay, the movie Big. Okay, you know that boss.
Yes.
That like he's like this big shot executive who runs this toy company, but he just loves playing with toys. There are those people. In the entertainment space.
But first of all, thank you guys so much for your time, Arde. And John, I really appreciate your insights into this world. I think creatives, content creators, filmmakers, they rarely ever understand how the world of financing, banking kind of overlap, how it works. So it's been so insightful, and thank you, Arde, so much for having us over. This is really, really great conversation. I learned a lot, and I had a lot of fun too.
I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of what else to say to keep this going.
John wants to be on camera.
Yeah, close this out, John. Close this out by saying goodbye to the audience.
All right. Well, anyway, I don't know. Hey,
like and subscribe. Tell them.
Like and subscribe.
You're supposed to say smash the like button.
Smash the like button and
ping the notification bell.
Why is Arde doing a better job than you?
He knows the media better than I do.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Unless you hate music, then that hurts my feelings and I will cry.